Hello everyone, back tuning into the 8th Christmas 2018 update from GazZombies. So we've done 7 updates so far. Been quite an interesting season of updates so far, because we haven't really been able to decipher a trend, I don't think, from the long-range CFS V2 model yet. All of the updates have been rather individual, rather different. The last one, the 7th one, was a very Atlantic-driven, very stormy update, really from start to finish. It's just throwing continuous areas of low pressure into the country. So that was a really stormy one, the last one. The one before that, though, was quite a cold one for Christmas. So as I say, don't think we've really had a trend so far. We'll see what the 8th update has to say. Will it trend stormy and westerly? If it does, then we'll be able to say we might be at the beginning of a trend to go into that direction, or will it show something else? You'll find out very shortly. Just to say that today's 2 other videos, so the first one was the ECMWF 30-day ensemble look ahead, so that's taking us into second half of December. The ECM ensembles look like they want to raise temperatures a little bit in early December and turn things a bit milder. The second video, which is currently on the homepage, that one is having a look at weather for next week to 10 days. And within the shorter range time frame, does actually look as though blocking signals are being strengthened a little bit to our north. I can tell you that the GFS midday run, which has just come out as I'm doing a video at nearly 10 past 5, on the 20th of November, the midday run of the GFS has strengthened those blocking signals even more through next week. So we could be showing to have quite a cold week next week. And as low pressure tries to get that out of the way, there may be some potential for snow next week. But that's a very long way off, and we'll keep you updated about that. But anyway, check out the 2 videos that we've done so far when you finish with the Christmas update. So, just to say, but if you've got any Christmas shopping to do at Amazon between now and Christmas, then, of course, you can go to the GazZombies Christmas shop page, and then from there, we've got an Amazon search widget. You can search out any Christmas present you would like to buy, or alternatively, you can just click through the Amazon banners and go through to Amazon and search out whatever item you would like to buy there. Either way you do it, you're going to finish up at Amazon paying for your Christmas present. So you're not doing anything different. You're still doing your Christmas shopping through Amazon or via Amazon. The only difference is that you're going from GazZombies to Amazon, and we get a review fee on the Christmas presents that you are buying from them. So a big thank you to everybody for doing that. It seems to be quite successful again this year. So just to talk you through the model once again. So once more, we're at metroseal.fi. You can find a link to MetroSeal at the links page at GazZombies and in the description at YouTube. We're using the CFS V2 9-monthly forecast generated midday yesterday, 19th of November. There's a 24-hour delay for these charts coming through. And we use a midday run for no particular reason. That's the one that we always like to use out of the 4. It's run midnight, 6 in the morning, midday, and 6 in the evening. It should make no difference, really, which run you use. It's just best if you can try and use the same one all the time, and then you can't get told off for cherry-picking any particular outcome. This is purely the way that the charts are coming through as we are doing the update using that same midday run of the CFS V2 9-monthly forecast all the time. I think that's pretty much everything I'm going to tell you, so let's get on with your 8th Christmas update. And we're going to begin on the 4th of December, when we've got high pressure over and reaching to the east of the UK, and we're bringing in this pretty cold, pretty chilly easterly wind moving in from central parts of Europe. Let's see what happens with this one. So we run through the first week into the second week of December, and we keep high pressure very close to the UK. Really strong anticyclonic signal here, keeping low pressure at bay out to our west. So we're up to the 11th of December now. We've got low pressure in around Greenland and Iceland. High pressure's over southern Scandinavia, so kind of like southern Norway, southern Sweden and Denmark. And bringing in this gentle sort of southeasterly continental flow. So it looks very quiet, very settled, certainly not much in way of weather going on there. There would be a lot of dry and fine conditions, probably cold, probably frosty night and morning, and maybe some dense freezing fog as well. So potentially quite chilly, actually, in that kind of situation in December. We run through towards the middle part of the month and we bring low pressure to the north of Scotland. So we put this high pressure under a bit of pressure and it starts to slip into more central parts of Europe. We begin here to pick up a milder west-southwesterly wind. So we're up to the 15th of December now, middle of the month. We've got high pressure setting up over France. Low pressure is out to the north and west of the country. And we are bringing up milder air from the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. So that could be lifting temperatures up to double digits across the northern part of the country. Down in the far south, possibly still close enough to that high pressure to be relatively chilly, with frost and fog as still a potential hazard. But overall, that does look quite a lot milder, I think, as we head up into the middle part of December. Now we head into the second part of the month, try and get a little bit closer to Christmas. You'll notice very cold air is pushing down over Scandinavia and down into eastern parts of Europe, a real northerly plunge going on there. Otherwise, we remain under this ridge of high pressure, keeping it mainly dry and settled, probably reasonably mild as well. Although as that high pressure is beginning to relocate close to the country, we may start to be getting a little bit of an inversion again, so possibly some frost and fog here as we get to the 19th of December. But the real cold air is across Scandinavia and eastern parts of Europe. Let's get to Christmas then. So this is the 19th of December with high pressure, just a flabby area of high pressure really covering many parts of Europe, probably bringing frost and fog to UK. Are we going to get this high pressure anywhere exciting for Christmas? Let's see. So we go up towards the 22nd and we still have that high pressure rooted close to the UK. Its actual centre is across the northern parts of France, still bringing lots of dry, quiet weather, probably a fair amount of frost and fog once again. We're up to Christmas Eve now, and it doesn't look like we're going to take that high pressure anywhere interesting. So we're just keeping the high pressure over France, keeping most of northern, central and western Europe dry and quiet. Again, probably frost and fog would be a hazard, but the true cold, the true Arctic or Siberian cold, is across this eastern part of Europe, so across Scandinavia, down the east of Europe, and yes, going even into the southeast Europe, parts of Greece. That's where we'd be getting, that's where we'd be seeing snow from proper cold. What we've got here is probably what is termed faux cold. So, I mean, cold is cold, but it's not the true deep cold that you get from the Arctic or from Russia. Nevertheless, frost and fog could give a seasonably chilly feel for Christmas, perhaps. Now we're up to Christmas Day, and the high pressure is still there, but it is drifting just a little bit further southwards, starting to bring some cloud and rain in across Scotland and Northern Ireland, maybe. Otherwise, just very quiet Christmas Day, not much going on. And then Boxing Day, that high pressure being broken out just a little bit more. Maybe starting to bring some proper wet and windy weather into Scotland and Northern Ireland on Boxing Day, but England and Wales mostly dry. Let's run you through the rest of the Christmas period then. So into 27, turns a little bit stormy across Scotland with gale force winds and some heavy rain. Another low pressure could be bringing wet weather in across England and Wales. And then we've got this really deepening area of low pressure out to our west. So here we go. After all of that high pressure before Christmas, we've got to beyond Christmas, and the Atlantic is being unleashed. So just look at that heading up to New Year, turning very stormy on this 8th Christmas update. That's New Year's Eve. Severe gales battering the country. Heavy rain being driven in on those gale to severe gale force westerly winds. That's the first day of 2019, New Year's Day, looking stormy again, wet and windy for New Year's Day, and that looks really stormy for the 2nd. That will be bringing damaging, 2nd of January, that will be bringing damaging winds to England and Wales. So after all that high pressure, within 2 or 3 days, we're into proper Atlantic conditions unleashed. Run you through the first week of January, so it stays quite unsettled. Tries to go a little bit colder there around the 5th to the 6th with that little northerly snap. Doesn't last very long. More low pressure racing in from off the Atlantic as we're running up towards the middle of the month. We're up to the 10th of January. That's as far as we'll go, trying to be a little bit of high pressure over Scandinavia, but its days are numbered because of this low in the Atlantic. That will very quickly be flattened off. You can't really get a Scandinavian high when the Atlantic is so intense as it is there. So we'll finish there on the 10th of January, and what do we make of this update? Well, still I think we have to say that we don't have a trend for Christmas, because this one is much more anti-cyclonic compared to the 8th update, or compared to the 7th update, albeit this update doesn't take that anticyclone anywhere cold. So it doesn't get it to Greenland, it doesn't get it to Scandinavia. We don't bring any really cold weather in with this high pressure. But nevertheless, it's a very different update, this, because it's mainly dry and high pressure dominated before Christmas, and then after Christmas it turns stormy as we get towards the new year and the early part of January. Therefore, no trend. So we're still waiting to have two updates that are kind of similar to one another, and until we get that, we can't say that we have a trend. I mean, even then, when we get two updates that are similar, that's not much of a trend, really. You need sort of several that are similar to say you have a true trend. So it's an unusual year, this. We haven't really seen anything cold. We're still waiting for a very cold and snowy Christmas update, and I assume we'll get what we normally do at one point or another. So we've not had anything particularly severely cold for Christmas, but we just don't really have a trend. All the updates, all the runs have been very individual, very unique from one update to another, which is quite unusual. Normally we trend unsettled and westerly and stormy with these Christmas updates, because that's our default setup around Christmas. So let's just wait and see what the 9th update has to say, but I think we still have to say at this point, no trend, and we'll wait and see what the 9th update has to say. We'll be doing a 9th Christmas update on Thursday, much more frequent with Christmas updates now, so come back for that then. That's all for now, and thanks for watching.